Hey guys, Burnish here, and today I'm going to be going over a new mastery spec for a pure AP caster, someone who wants to maximize their damage potential with the new Season 2 Masteries that came out today or yesterday? No, today. Okay, first point you probably want to put in is into Summoner Wrath, which increases some of the champion spell abilities. All specs have this on their first row at the moment, and it generally helps a lot of the DPS champion spells. For example, Surge, which can increase your ability power or attack speed. It's also increasing Ignite and Ghost. So put a point in that, and then I'd probably put 3 points into Mental Force, which increases your ability power by 3. So it's not that much, but it's always good to have. Then I'd put 4 points straight into Sorcery, which gives you cooldown reduction plus 4%. Then I'd put 1 point in Arcane Knowledge, which gives you plus 10% magic penetration, which is pretty insane, and 3 points in Havoc, which increases the damage dealt by 1.5%. Now you could put that with 2 points, and then put 1 point in Mental Force. That's always a good thing, giving you that plus extra 1 ability power. However, I think it's more worth it to have the percentage increase from Havoc. Okay. Next, it's pretty simple now. I would put 4 points into Blast, which gives you plus 18 ability power at champion level 18. I'd put 4 points into Archmage, which increases your ability power by 5%, which is pretty insane. And then 1 point in Executioner. Okay, now if you do use Summoner spells from the defense tree, then you could always put a point in Summoner Resolve, for example, if you use Heal. If you use Cleanse, Resolve, I don't know why, but if you do, then put a point into that. Sorry, not Resolve, Revive. However, if you don't, just move straight onto the utility tree and put 1 point in Summoner Insight. If you have, this should be the remaining champion or Summoner spells. So I'd put point into that, especially if you're mid, for example, because it reduces the cast time of Teleport. Now, if you don't put a point in any of those two, you could always put it in Improved Recall, which reduces the cast time of your recall by 1 second, and Enhanced Recall by 0.5 seconds. That's pretty good ability to get away pretty fast. If you've ever been caught in a bush while you're trying to recall and then you get killed, yeah, you just wish you had this mastery. However, what you can do as well is put 1 point in that and 1 point into Summoner's Insight, and then 2 points anywhere else. But I'm just going to put the 1 point in Summoner's Insight and then get 3 points in Good Hands, which reduces time spent dead by 10%. You'll know that from the Season 1 Masteries. Then I would pretty much just put all 4 points into Swiftness, increase my movement speed by 2%. I suppose you could put 3 in there and then 1 in Scout, which increases your vision range of wards by 5%, so you could put your ward in a bush and possibly see the entire lane. However, I'm just going to stick with the 4 points in Swiftness. Now we get onto our last point. You could either put it in Greed or Transmutation, or Runic Affinity if you're, for example, a Nidalee or just someone who generally uses blue buff quite a lot, then I would put it in that, so you can get the 20% increase of duration. Or you could put it into Transmutation if you're, for example, Morgana, who uses quite a lot of Spell Vamp, or just a general champion who uses quite a lot of Spell Vamp, so you can give yourself plus 1 Spell Vamp, just that little bit extra. And then if you count for none of those, for example, a LeBlanc, who probably won't get blue buff or won't use Spell Vamp, I'll just put the 1 point into Greed, which gives you an additional 0.5 gold every 10 seconds. So this is my build for an AP caster who wants to maximize their damage with the version, with the Season 2 Masteries. However, if you want to change this build slightly, by all means do. This is, in my opinion, the best build. Yeah, you can change it however you like. I've given some ideas on how you can change it. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you can like this video, leave a comment, that'd be great. See you next time.